Hey everybody, welcome back to Tanner's Books and Beyond. I'm coming at you guys from the parking lot of my local chapters. Not really local, it's on the other end of the city, but it's Regina. You can get anywhere within half an hour. Anyways, I'm here because I need some books, because I'm participating in a readathon this week. Specifically, I'm taking part in Diversathon, which is a special all-new booktube readathon hosted by Monica, Joss, Whitney, and Christina, which I'll put the information for their channels and stuff below. Anyways, this readathon is exactly what it sounds like. It is reading books written about diverse characters and written by diverse authors, because there's so much stagnation in the industry because of the amount of narratives that are simply about white people, and they're simply about heterosexual romances, and that they're not neurodivergent. And what this is meant to do is basically broaden our horizons, because even though it's not in the mainstream, there is diversity throughout all the genres, and really all we need to do is go looking for it, and we can find it. And the best way to bring attention to it is to talk about it and get our friends to read it, and most simply just to vote with our wallets by supporting them financially, and then that will encourage publishers, and they'll notice and say, hey, these books with diverse casts and written by authors other than just white men are gonna sell well, and it is actually a sound investment for us to be publishing these books and encouraging them to try and get movie deals, TV deals, comic book adaptations, musicals, what have you. So anyways, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go in and gonna grab some books, because there's a huge list of suggested books that you can read that have very diverse characters, very diverse authors. There's a huge list of that being put together by other people who are participating in it. I wanted to put stuff on there, but most of my stuff that I would put on there is actually already on there, so I guess that's a good sign. So I'm gonna go get some stuff, and then I'll meet you guys back here in the car with the books I'm able to find, and that will be my TBR for this week. Oh my god, I was in there an hour. There were like 3 or 4 books that I wanted to get that they were actually sold out of, so I had to keep on trying and looking around and trying to find replacements. And you know, I wanted to get a decently sized amount of books that I can try and read for this week, and I think I actually did pretty well. So first we've got Not Otherwise Specified by Hannah Moskowitz, which is about a black bisexual recovering anorexic girl who feels like, because she's not quite fitting all the labels that exist in her town, that she just doesn't even get to fit in even with the fringe groups. The next book is If You Could Be Mine by Sarah Farizan, and it's about 2 lesbian girls in Iran where homosexuality is illegal, but what's not illegal is sexual reassignment surgery. So one of the girls decides that she's going to get the surgery and become a man in the legal sense so that she can be together with the girl that she loves. And I think the main conflict of the story comes from the fact that the girl's not actually trans, and being reassigned genders when you're not trans can be just as harmful as not being able to get any kind of treatment when you are trans. So this looks like it'll be like emotionally devastating. Also here for emotional devastation is If I Was Your Girl by Meredith Russo, which is about a trans girl who falls in love with a cis boy, and they seem to be going along really great, but she's scared to actually reveal the fact that she is trans to him because she doesn't know if it'll jeopardize their relationship. Going into some young adult fantasy, we have Labyrinth Lost by Zoraida Cordova, which is about a Latina girl who is a bruja, or a witch, but she doesn't want to be one, and so she tries to get rid of her magic powers, but instead she accidentally gets rid of her family. So the book is about her quest to get them back and rediscover her own magical powers, and the quest takes her to a really mysterious, like, in-between limbo kind of world, and she has to deal with a whole bunch of stuff there as well. We've also got Every Heart a Doorway by Shannon McGuire, which is about all of those kids that got trapped in magical worlds when they were younger, and now they've returned, and they have to go to a special home for it because they've just been so emotionally changed by the experience. And it doesn't say on the book, it doesn't say that it's about it in the book, but from what I've gleaned, it is about the 2 main characters. One is asexual and the other one is trans. Next, I've got some graphic novels. I have El Defo by CC Bell, which is about a young girl who goes deaf, and then she gets a very large, very conspicuous hearing aid, and in order to try and make good with her classmates, she basically uses it to spy on the teacher and other classmates and their friends and stuff, but she feels like this is just as isolating as when she was just the weird deaf girl in the class. And the last book I bought was Lumberjanes Volume 1 by Grace Ellis and Noelle Stevenson. It's one that I've always wanted to read. I have no idea why I actually didn't start reading it when it was coming out in comic book form. But anyways, this is a story basically about a bunch of girls that go to a supernatural summer camp and have to deal with all the weirdness that happens there. And the great thing is, all-female cast, but it's still very diverse, mainly in terms of race and sexual minorities, so I'm excited to read this. And I will also be reading Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli, which I actually already own, so I didn't have to worry about buying another copy of that. And it's just hitting me now that this is an 8-day readathon, and I have 8 books to read, so I'm gonna have to read a book a day. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get everything done, but I'm going to try my best, and even if I failed, I still have a bunch of great books that I now own. In the meantime, this is Diversathon. It's going from tomorrow, Monday the September 12th, to the Monday after that, September 19th. Yes. All the information I'll post in the bottom. I'll post the recommended books, and I'm also going to start using my Twitter again so I can tweet about the books I'm reading, #Diversathon. So I'll put my handle in the bottom as well. But I guess I'm just going to start preparing for trying to tear through these 8 books in 8 days. So until tomorrow, I'll see you later.